Hey, welcome back to Engineers Workshop in 2021. I hope everybody had a safe and healthy holiday season. Hopefully 2021 is going to be a better year than 2020. And I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, basically all of December. I apologize. A lot of work trying to get the K&T Model 2D kind of tucked away and safe for the winter. I see you saw my little equipment tent. Basically what was happening was the building, condensation was building up on the ceiling purlins, and it would drip. And so it was dripping on the ways, and I just had to do something to shroud the machine and protect it from that. So I built that insulated tent, which also helps hold the heat in around the machine. So I've got a little video for you. And I'm not going to call this a first chips video, so because I've taken some videos when I was playing with it, milling this and that. We'll put that out and call that a first chips video. And there's a lot of neat things I want to show you about the different axes and controls in the machines. But this is the first job that I had to do. In other words, this was something that had to be done, perfect for the capabilities of the K&T. So I'll just call this Tiny Chips and show you what we did. Had to scooch the base of the Resaw over a bit to give a little bit more room for the K&T. So I chained up to building column, used the 1.5 ton ratcheting chain fall, and moved this base. I tried to move it with the tractor. It wouldn't budge it. It did not want to slide sideways. Plus I had a couple of those pipe stubs underneath. I had to jack it up and slip some steel under there to get it over it, but I managed to move it about 2.5 feet, which gives me room for the K&T. Got a pretty simple job for the K&T rotary head mill today. These are cast brass floor fittings for a clawfoot tub. Very nice. Everything on the OD is a finished surface, so we got to be very careful on how we hold them. I'm going to make a fixture out of a piece of LVL, and the hole has to be opened up from a 1/2 inch OD tube right at 510 to just fit over a 1/2 inch pipe, which is at about 795. Just want about 5 thousandths clearance over that diameter. We're going to have to be very careful how we hold these. So I'm going to use a piece of LVL, mill a pocket in this that is a close fit to this OD, which is 2 inch 400 thousandths, and then clamp down on the top and walk that hole out until we can fit that pipe. I'm going to wrap in my Y back here and get centered up over my table. And I'm going to send the X in this direction. I do not have that at the highest speed. There we go. That's 7.5 inches per minute. And I'm going to set a 0. I'm going to change from my small collet holder to the direct collets, 30 taper collet, 1/2 inch shank, solid carbide 4-flute end mill. It can mill wood and brass equally well, and that has a different style collet nut. So let's lock the spindle. This one has the slots that have got to be lined up to drop out. I set a spindle speed of about 1200 RPM. I love my power knee. And just making sure that I have enough travel to reach the surface of that. Okay, let's get it clamped down and we'll be ready to go. To mill a 2-inch 400 thousandths diameter pocket, we subtract the diameter of the cutter, which is a 1/2 inch, which I should double check. 1/2 inch shank. So we're at 1 inch 900 thousandths. 1 inch 900 thousandths, and we take the radius of that, so 0.95 inches. Is that correct? Yes. 0.95. So we can offset the head 0.95. Five, 6, 7, 8. There's 0.9. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. Now when we come down, all we need to do is walk our circle with the head. And that's going to give us a pocket the correct diameter. So, let's reverse the direction of the head. And I'm going to come down until I'm just making a witness cut on the wood. And we'll measure it to be sure that we've done everything correctly. Go a little deeper. Now the nice thing about that pocket is, regardless of the surface of the wood, that pocket is flat to the table. I'll come down now and make the pocket a little over an 1/8 inch deep, and something that you can nest against. That requires any fine tuning. Needs to be opened up just a hair. So, I'm going to bring it down to the depth, and as it's milling, I'm going to crank the radial offset just a few more thousandths and take some spring passes around. Another 5. That gives me 10 thousandths bigger on the diameter. Basically, I just kind of want it to drop right in without a lot of playing on it. That's a little bit more play than I like, but we'll just go with it. It's really not much. And that one basically doesn't have any play. So without moving the center, I'm going to come down so that I have room to fixture this. Now I need to come back to 0. So at 0, this is not moving at all. I've put an indicator on it, and it is within a half thousandths, half to 1,000ths TIR, just from the irregular surface, because the only place to really measure is on the surface of the quill itself. So there's the setup. I really can't clamp it very hard because that brass isn't very thick. So I'm just going to visually center it, and we're going to plunge down, come through it. I'm going to go for about 10 thousandths under to start, and then creep up on it. So we're shooting for 795 minus 10, that's 785, minus a half, so that's 285, and half of 285 is 140. $140. I'm going to just plunge down through that. And here we go. I'm going to go down with the knee and do a test fit with the pipe. Just starting to go in. So let's dial in that final 10 thousandths. Looks like we're basically on size. I'm going to dial up 5 thousandths clearance. I'm going to increase the speed of rotation just a bit, because at this diameter we can go a little bit faster. Perfect. Deburr that with a utility knife. And we basically didn't hurt that lacquered finish at all. So, pop the other one in there. Here's the difference. Let me see if I can get you in there real close for this one. I reduced the speed of rotation again. I'm taking this all in one pass. Perfect. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I know it wasn't much, just milling a little bit of brass, but bear in mind, I'm new to this and I'm learning. So, don't go and tell me, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. I'm getting there. But I do appreciate and would appreciate some advice on maybe what to get next, because I have a very limited selection of milling cutters, collets, work holding fixtures. Um, I'm borrowing a vise right now, a 6-inch vise. I got a bigger vise coming, but just building up my inventory as I progress through my knowledge here. So, thanks again, and get you another video out real soon. Proper first chips video for the K&T 2D rotary head mill. Thanks again.